Welcome to Alaya, a place to connect. We come together as one. We come together as light. We come together as transformation. Our direction is deep and expansive. To be a part of an unfolding that will transform the world in time. To be a part as one in a group of knowing, of presence, of expansion. That is what we are. I suppose you could say that's no words in English. This journey that I've been on for quite a while. As a young man, I felt calling, which I thought was God. And so I entered a ministry. And then I decided to make it professional. But life didn't see it that way. It's like life had something better for me. And it was a fearful thing to let go of 18 years of religious beliefs and concepts. I didn't know them as a child, but yet they were there. So it's an interesting journey, this awakening. And people along the way have facilitated that. People that believed, that allowed that this could be something transforming. So I move along and study astrology, mysticism, the occult. Interesting, but the answer wasn't really there. Something was missing. And so I strive to do the best I could, help people, do readings and those kinds of things. It was interesting. I'm sure that people were helped in various ways because all along there was something underlying that was absolute wisdom and knowing. And it would trickle through with various people. And they'd be very amazed, they'd be very happy, they'd feel very elated under the bane of cards or astrology, but that wasn't enough. Something was missing that seemed to be all stuff on the outside. And then one moment, in a moment of stillness, a moment of absolutely letting go of all of it, this awakening took place. This awareness of Ishvara. I realize now that Ishvara was always there. It wasn't something that came later in life, but it was dormant, waiting for the moment when this being, this body, this Jim, was willing to let go of all that I knew, all that I believed, all that I experienced. And I suppose if it hadn't been for Leela, I probably wouldn't have had enough courage to face this. But she saw something there, and others began to see something there, and so I felt all right. I was a stranger in a new land, a foreign place. I was a stranger to people I've known all my life. This transformation took place. There was a sudden burst of awareness in this transformation, and this awareness kept increasing. I even went through a period where I hardly could speak. It was very accented. People figured that I had a stroke or something. Something's wrong with him. Something happened to him. Something did happen to me. It was transformation, transforming my whole life, my whole way of being. That's the journey. And the thing about it, this is not an individual experience. It's an experience that you can have if you're willing to let go of your beliefs, your concepts, your past. It's a difficult thing to do. When you begin to let go, you realize how attached you are to who you are, to your persona, what you believe about yourself, what others have said about yourself. But it's all perceptions. Perceptions through the intellect, through the mind, through they say, has nothing to do with the real you. You cannot be described, you cannot be reflected, you cannot see yourself through the eyes of belief. It actually requires letting go of who you think you are, who you want to be, who you expect to be. Let go. I know that's a very difficult thing to do because you're so sure, so programmed, so believing that that's what it is. But I must inform you, must tell you, must encourage you that this world is not what it appears to be. It is full of beliefs, conditioning, concepts, but not reality. You have the power to recreate yourself. A higher experience, an expanded beingness opens to you as you're willing to let go. Let go. It's not holding on to it. The words seem very simple. Just let go. But the action itself is very difficult because you don't realize how deeply you are programmed, how the beliefs throughout your life have formed the person you think you are. But to wake up is a most grand adventure, a most outrageous experience when you truly start being who you are. Oh no, the world won't accept you. It thinks you've lost your marbles, thinks you're crazy, thinks you're weird, thinks you're evil, because you no longer believe in the way you're supposed to. I find with myself I have no beliefs before me. They have vanished, have no meaning, have no place. So as this life progresses, the thing is, I continue to evolve. I go through stages of becoming. And a lot of times I just think, oh, you've lost it, Ishvara. Something happened. You lost it. And then a sparkle comes into my beingness. A light shines. Oh, I haven't lost it. It's just moving to a new stage. a new place of energy, of power, of knowing. And that is open. It's not an individual thing. It's a thing that can happen to humanity. If humanity can step into this willing, it'd be easier. But if it's forced into it, and it will be, because the conditions of this world are pushing human beings to another place. It's not fun to be pushed, but it's become a necessary thing. Because everything around us is falling apart. The stability is gone. The compassion is gone. So it's time. It's time for the new human to take their rightful place in this creation. You have a right as the new human to be all you can be in wherever you are, whatever position you're in. You have this right. Actually, it's a responsibility. Because why would this awakening take place if it was not to benefit the whole? It's not a selfish endeavor. It's about the wholeness of the whole of life. The expression, the possibilities that lie within to come forward in its radiance, in its light, in its love, in its compassion. You know, nothing can squelch that. Oh, it may seem like it's going backwards. It may seem like it's nothing, it's an illusion. But this is not an illusion. This is an actualization of a higher existence, a new species of human being that is not tethered to the past, is open to expansion, open to possibilities. It's a newfound power when you realize what you have within yourself. Not a power to overcome, not a power to resist, not a power to be something else, but a power to be your true self. When you think about it, your true self has been waiting to come forth throughout your life. It's not something that comes from the outside, it comes from the inside. When you realize that, you quit looking outside. You realize you already have it. It's dormant because it hasn't had the opportunity to spring forth. The life circumstances around us contribute to that awakening. It can be more difficult for humans the more they cling to the past, cling to their anger, their separation, their fear. Makes it more difficult. But to let go of that, you begin to see something else. And you see that in all human existence. Everything, all of nature, all of creation. Everything in this creation is designed to accelerate, to go beyond the boundaries and limitations of the concepts of belief, the concepts of separation. Because this life is one, it's not separate. Every existing thing is a part of this oneness. We can't tell them that because it'll freak them out. Because they've always thought they were an individual, had goals, lived in separation, had experiences. To realize that's life. That's life is experiencing itself as you. It's experiencing its possibilities as your potential. To realize that There is something within you that is really urgent, is really wanting to take its rightful place in this creation. We call it the new human, but whatever you call it, isn't it really? It's just another label. But the direct experience of this transformation cannot fool you, cannot be denied. Others may not realize, may not see it, but as you know within yourself, it is real. And your life won't be too much different. You'll still experience things, you'll still have up and downs, you'll still be disappointed. But the thing different is you don't react to it. You don't react. And the reaction of this world is a calamity. That is what's creating such a problem. Reaction. Reaction to beliefs, reaction to concepts, reaction to conditions. All of that is separate, is not what humans are. It's not what you are. As you take the responsibility for yourself, your real self, not the one you believe in, but the one that's there waiting to take its rightful place in this creation, waiting to birth itself into a new reality. We don't make it up, we experience it. That's the funny part about it. It's not something you can make up. It's something you just have to experience for yourself. I can't tell you who you are or how you to do, but I can show you as an example of this transformation. Well, you may not become a being like Ishvara. That's just the name also. It's a handy handle to which to refer to this new being. We could call it Ralph, we could call it Sandy, we could call it whatever. It's just a word, a name. It's the real power that's there, the real presence that's there, the real new human that's there. And so you call it what you want to. You can call it the other self. You can call it the inner self. You can call it the outer self. You can call it spirit. But it's all the same. It's you. When you allow yourself to be totally present as you find and see and understand and experience the whole of this world in a different way. People are running and screaming, hollering, disaster, disaster, disaster. Yes, that's a step. And life will work with that step if humans are not willing to awaken to this higher potential. The new human is taking its rightful place in this creation. But you can't see it. But you feel it. You feel something's different, something's changing. So my awakening as Ishvara was an awakening for the planet, was an awakening for all of humanity. It was not an individual separate thing. It was a spark that is igniting transformation in humanity. Most people don't realize it's taking place. The thing is probably good, because if you start realizing you're starting to change, you may resist it. You may be afraid of it. You may run from it. But to embrace it is what we do. Embracing life head on, face to face, face to face with your true self. That is who you are. Welcome to the new human, the new humanity, the new world, a new existence. Welcome. Settle in, embrace it, test it, feel it, know it, and you'll begin to see what this truly is, an awakening for all of the world, an awakening coming into its rightful place as creation itself.
Ishvara, in this letting go, how to hold possibilities of transformation of the body without having expectation about that.
Well, the funny thing is, the more expectations you have, the more it creates a block and gets in your way. So we find that to let go is to simply not hold on to who you were and not hold on to expectations. If you expect to transform, who's expecting? It's the old self. The old self is trying to find an escape. Because when you wake up and realize you're not really happy, you do stuff to make yourself happy. You get lots of stuff, you do things, you do trips, you do all that. Just not it. It's that just being still. The more silent you can be with yourself, the more rapidly things take place. Because in silence, you can evolve. But when everything is going on in the mind, everything is wrong, everything is right, everything is needed, it doesn't happen. But be still. I can say, be still and know that I am this presence, this transformation, this evolving, this transcendence. Be still and know that I am. And you find that emness within yourself is not a one-person show. It's a whole of humanity, expression and experience and becoming.
And Shantara says, thanks, Ishvara.
You're welcome.
And Anand and Slava say, powerful. Thank you, Ishvara.
You're welcome. Thank you for being with us today. And thank you for your love and support. And I send my love and support to you.